Hello everyone. So this is the newest addition to the world generation infinite procedural terrain plugin that we have implemented a spawner system. So this feature would allow us to spawn anything, any actor in the procedurally generated infinite world. So it could be like any collectible asset or an O or any type of NPC or any type of an actor, it could be a house or anything. So you can set the rules for spawning and that will be spawned in the world. It will be handled through the WorldGen system. So here, let me show the example first. So here, if I go to this spawner, the way you do this is, now in the world streaming manager, if you go down, now you have this section called spawners, and here you can add a new element to this array. This is the sample that I have already created, and here you can add data assets that define spawners. So here, this is the example data asset. Here we can choose the actor class that we need to spawn and the biome that it should spawn, and here we can define a density and a grid size, spawn radius. Everything is explained here on the tooltips. So this defines from the player's range that we need to spawn this and destroy as the player leaves the range, and the height range on the terrain and slope range of the terrain, and if you need any vertical offset for each instance, and the seed. By the way, this is deterministic, so you can achieve the same results as long as you are keeping the same seed, and MaxSpawnsPerFrame to avoid any possible hitches or performance spikes. Now in action, here I have created this example asset, and here, if this is how you create, if you want a new one, you can define a data asset, and then you can choose this WorldGen spawner asset, and you create that, you get the same data asset. So I have already created it, so no need to create another one. And this is the actor that I'm going to spawn here. If I play the game now, dynamically these actors are spawned, see, in the world. So I have set this is just a regular actor, as you can see, with a mesh. So I have set this density to 1 and grid size to 5000, and if I make it like 0.2, you should see in real time how the number of instances are reduced. Here, see, we can see one over here, one over there. So you can control exactly how you want them on these instances spawned. So yeah, as I said, this is not limited for just actors. That could be any type of NPC as well. And yeah, so I have added this new function that you can use here. If you have a reference to the world streaming manager, you have two new functions: GetHeightAtWorldPos. You can give the world position, XY coordinates, and you can get the height. And also you can give the XY coordinates and sample the terrain, which gives you height, normalized height, slope, normal, grass weight, rock weight, this biome weights basically. So this is important if you want to create one of your own spawning system, or if you want to get terrain data for anything you need within it to be consumed within your game systems. So you can use these functions. Yeah, these are some of the examples that you may want, like spawning actors on ground level, placing buildings and props, AI grounding, vehicle physics, any system that needs terrain height. without a raycast. Well, of course, you can do a raycast too also, but yeah. But by sampling terrain, you can get access to all this data, which everything may not be available with raycasting. So yeah, this is an example of a data set for O, and this is how the instances are spawned, streamed. If it is already spawned, nothing is done. So yeah, and we already had implemented this ISM foliage or grass spawner, but they are not applicable for any kind of interactable or inventory items or destroyable items. So, but the density, these foliage or grass, they can support thousands of instances, and cost per item is insignificant. But for spawner, these are like real UE5, Unreal 5 actors. So because of that, they can be interactable, they can be inventory items, they can be destroyable. So density may not be as large as foliages or grass. And the cost depends on the complexity of the actor that is being spawned. So yeah, that's the difference. And as I explained, this is how you create and assign actors for spawners. You don't need any coding. You can just configure the parameters within the dataset to achieve the spawning behavior you want. Here are some of the examples you can try out. And yeah, these are the things that I am planning to add next. So for example, if you use the spawners to spawn some of the consumable or collectible items such as O, then you can use this. You will be able to use this function like manager mark spawn consumed. So you can save and load the consumed status of any of the spawned assets, so you can replicate that status as the player moves away from that region and comes back to the region or in between different sessions. So the WorldGen does not need to know about your save system, but it can give all the data that you need to be integrated within your save system in your game using this system for spawners. So yeah, thanks for watching. The updated project file will be available in my Patreon page, and also the update will be released in Fab 2. I'll leave links to everything in description below. And also not just that, if you choose to become a member of my Patreon page, I have done over 2000 videos. For each video, project files are available for you to download, and that includes all the possible different kinds of things that you can do in Unreal. That is ranging from shooters to strategy games or simulations, turn-based combat, all kinds of these that you can imagine is covered in my channel, so feel free to check it out. I'll leave links to everything in description below, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and do let me know if you need any additional features into the WorldGen system we are working on. So yeah, see you in the next video. Goodbye.